Hey everyone, Darren Eastman here, Product Manager for GitLab Runner Core and Fleet Visibility. I'm joined today by Gino Doyle, the Senior Designer for Fleet Visibility. And this is the 16.9 Runner Kickoff video. So I'm just going to share my screen. We're going to cover a few things, if the screen cooperates, that's happening in Runner Core, or it's planned to happen in Runner Core for 16.9, as well as Gino will cover what's happening in Fleet Visibility for 16.9. So let's share my screen. And let's make this a little bit bigger. So this is our iteration planning issue for 16.9. By Gina, I'm assuming my screen is being shared, okay? Okay, awesome. This is our planning issue for 16.9. When you first land on the planning issue, the first section is for Runner Core. And under that, you see we have the subheadings for bugs, features, maintenance work, R&D, and so forth. And then Gina will cover fleet or fleet visibility, the next section here. As I typically mention on these iteration kickoff calls, we spend a lot of our time in each iteration working through bugs for Runner Core. So you'll see that investment level continues again for 16.9. We will potentially be also rolling over some bugs that we had planned in 16.8 into 16.9. So this list might actually change once we wrap up the 16.8 release, but we'll spend some time working on trying to get through this list of bugs in 16.9. In terms of new features that are happening in the Runner Core code base in 16.9, the one I want to call your attention to is the CI log rendering work, specifically adding timestamps to CI logs. In a week or two, you'll be noticing, or if you're paying attention to our blog, or GitLab.com blog, there is a blog coming out that's talking about the new log rendering experience that is available as of GitLab Runner 16.7. This particular feature, we're enhancing that log rendering experience, and the log rendering experience I'm speaking about is specific to improve log rendering when you have multi-line commands in your pipeline script block. So that's a really cool feature that we just shipped. The blog post will be coming soon. And then this feature that we're working on in 16.9, we'll be looking to add timestamps to the CI log file to see in the GitLab UI for each line in the log. So an additional bit of functionality, especially very helpful if you have really long log files and you're trying to get a handle of what's happening within different sort of script steps within your pipeline file. This will prove to be helpful as well, especially coupled with the multi-line script feature set that we just released in 16.8. So log rendering features, the new feature set. And again, we're working on bugs as well to resolve some of these bugs that are critical to making GitLab Runner Core function as you expect. Over to you, Gina, for fleet visibility.
Thanks, Darren. All right, I'll start sharing my screen as well. Okay, so for Runner Fleet, we're going to be, or fleet visibility, we will be concentrating on the compute minute breakdown. Again, this milestone. So last milestone, we worked for folks who are using our self-managed version of GitLab and bringing your own runners. We worked on providing you an export of basically a compute summary breakdown by project of all of your runners that you're using, specifically the instance runners. So you'll have an idea of how many minutes each project uses those runners for, and then get a sense of usage metrics and even cost breakdown in the future. And so now we're gonna continue adding to that and kind of beef up the card that we have in the fleet dashboard to give you a snapshot of the top projects that are consuming those runners, and then the most used instance runners as well. Today, the card is just it just gives you a button to export the report as a CSV. So we're going to continue working on that. And then another big thing that we're working on this milestone is bringing that fleet dashboard to the top level group namespace. And this is a very important feature for us and something that we know a lot of people are excited about. But what you see in basically what you see in this screenshot is what we will be bringing to the top level group. So you'll have your queue wait times and have the different percentiles there graphed over the past 3 hours. You'll have a sense of what the fleet health is just for those top level group runners. So this will not include your subgroup runners or your project runners. It will just be that first level. And then finally, you'll have your list of active runners as well. And we'll continue to iterate on that. But we are really excited about this feature, and we are going to continue to iterate on it, as well as the admin area one. And then as far as UX, I am going to be looking at making the CSV export for compute minutes a little bit more flexible. So instead of kind of creating a new report within the UI for these compute minutes, we are actually just going to make the export a little, we're going to just improve that experience instead. So when you export that report, you'll be able to select a time period. So you're not just given the data over the previous month, you can select the actual time period that you want that summary for. This is specifically helpful if maybe you're trying to figure out within a specific billing period, how many minutes a specific project used of your runners, so that you could aggregate the bill that you got for your runners that during that time period. And then you can do some math to figure that out. And then other than that, I'll just be looking at fleet visibility and doing a competitor evaluation to see what others are doing for designs. And that's about it. Darren, do you want to give off a finishing sentiment?
That's it, everyone. 16.9, looking forward to your continued collaboration with all of the cool stuff we're working on in Runner Core and fleet visibility. As always, if you have any questions, feedback on bugs, feature requests, feel free to ping us on the issues, and we'll definitely get back to you. We love working collaboratively with our customers and user community. So that's it. Thanks, Gina, for helping out with 16.9 Kickoff, and talk to you soon, everyone. Cheers.